Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So today I am actually going to be showing you guys my self-tanning routine. Surprisingly, I get a lot of questions about my tan, how I tan, what tan I use, so I thought I would just make an entire video on it. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I self-tan, what self-tanner I use, which is seriously the best self-tanner ever. I've tried so many self-tanners, you guys, it's insane, and this one is just amazing. And I'm also just going to go ahead and give you guys a few tips and tricks along the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So this is the self-tan that I use right here. So this is the Coco and Eve Sunny Honey, and it is in the shade Ultra Dark. I am obsessed with the self-tanner, you guys. Now, even though this is in Ultra Dark, it still gives you that very natural glowy tan, which I love. You can also get this in medium and dark as well if you want to go those routes, but I love the Ultra Dark one. It's seriously amazing. It says right here on the back, no streaks, no bad smells, no stress, and honestly that is 100% true, especially the bad smell thing. If you guys have used self-tanner in the past, then you know that weird self-tan smell that comes along with it. It's just an awful kind of weird smell. This smells so freaking good, you guys. It smells like candy, honestly. It smells so good. I honestly could smell this all day, and that's rare with self-tanners because most of the time they just smell really weird, very strange. You know the smell if you self-tan. And like it says on the back, no streaks, and that's one thing I can't stand with self-tanners is that streaky mess you get sometimes. And obviously, I mean, that can happen with any tan. You know, it's definitely on the way that you apply it, the steps that you take beforehand, but I gotta say this is a really great tan if you're looking for that smooth application. And speaking of application, I also do have the Coco and Eve tanning mitt. As you guys can see, mine is very dirty because I use it all the time. And then I do have their little kabuki brush as well. And this thing right here, you guys, is an absolute lifesaver when it comes to tanning your hands. Oh, and I also just want to say before I end up forgetting that I do have a discount code with Coco and Eve. So if you are interested, you want to go check them out, you can go ahead and use the code Morgan and save a little money on your order. Now that I've showed you guys the tan that I use, I want to show you what I do before I tan. So one thing that I always do before I tan is shower. So I have a couple things here that I use in my kind of shower process of my tanning routine that I want to share with you guys because I think they're really just kind of key items in getting that amazing tan. This first thing that I'm going to show you guys, I don't use this all the time. I really only use it when my skin is like really acting up or really dry, and that would be a dry brush. So what I do with this is before I get in the shower, I'll take it and I might go on my elbow, maybe my wrist, my knees, my ankles, any kind of area that gets a little bit drier or tan tends to stick to more, you know what I mean? I think this is a really great thing to have in your tanning routine if you are somebody with very dry skin. If you find your tan doesn't really stick that well and it's like caking up at drier spots, this is going to be your best friend, you guys. And then another thing that I want to share, I think a lot of people already know this, but is a good exfoliator can go a long way. So obviously I use this in the shower. The Tree Hut exfoliators are probably the best exfoliators that you can get, and you can buy them at Walmart, so super cheap. This again obviously does go with dry skin, but even if you don't have dry skin, use this in the shower right before you tan, and I swear you guys, your tan will look amazing. I cannot stress enough, you guys, how much a good exfoliator is going to play a big role in a good tanning routine. Okay, so I think that's about everything that I wanted to talk about in the shower portion of my tanning routine, but now let's go ahead and get into the actual tanning routine.
So the first thing that I like to do is apply some lotion, and I'll apply that to any area that gets dry, like my elbows and my knees. When I tan, I like to work in sections, so I'm taking about a pump and a half and I'm starting that on my bottom part of my leg, and I'm just really working that in, and I'm going to slowly start bringing that up on my kneecap and down to my ankle as well, and just really getting that tan nice and evenly applied. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing working in small sections on my other leg. So still working in small sections, I'm taking about 2 pumps and I'm going to start working that on my upper legs. So really no rhyme or reason about this, I'm just evenly applying it. And doing the exact same thing on the other leg. Now I'm moving on to my stomach, so I take about 2 pumps, putting that right on the front of my stomach there. I work it on the sides and then I bring it on the back as well. And it's just a little bit hard to apply with my bikini on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my neck and my chest area. So putting that right on my neck there and on my collarbone as well. My neck is a part that I find doesn't tan the greatest, so I do like to put quite a bit on there. And now just bringing it down on my chest and my shoulder area. So now I'm moving on to my arms. I take 1 pump and I always like to start on the inside middle part of my arm. I find if you do it that way, it applies so evenly and it doesn't patch up anywhere. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on my other arm. Moving on to my hands, I always like to apply a lotion first, and I actually like to use a different tanner, so this one's just a little bit lighter in color. And of course I'm using the kabuki brush. So I just apply 1 pump for each hand, and I always like to start on this part of my hand here. I'll work it up onto the knuckles and on the fingers as well. And as you guys can see here, I just bring it on the inside of my fingers. Now that I'm done tanning, it's time for bed. I always like to put a onesie on. I find they're the best to sleep in. And now it's time to wake up, shower, and get the excess tan off. And here are my results, which I absolutely love.
So that is my self-tanning routine, you guys. Like I said, if you want a good, natural, glowy, rich tan, definitely go ahead and check out Coco and Eve. I know for me personally anyways, I definitely don't do any tanning beds, and I don't really enjoy going out in the sun and tanning. I'll do it every now and then, but I still think it's, you know, kind of dangerous, and I'm always wearing sunscreen. So for me, self-tan is the way to go. No sun damage, it's super easy to do, and you can do it whenever you want. I know I've had people tell me, oh, I'm a little bit nervous about self-tanning because, you know, I don't want to turn orange or be a streaky mess or be spotty or anything like that, but I gotta say, you guys, practice makes perfect with self-tan. When I first started doing self-tanner, I looked like a splotty mess, you know? But I mean, if you do mess up or you don't like the way that it applied, hop in the shower, scrub it off, and try it again, you know what I mean? It's super easy. I think you kind of do have to find the right self-tan for you, and I really do recommend this one, you guys. If you want to start out small, even just go with the medium shade and try that, and then work your way up if you want to. So really, really highly recommend this. Something that I really, truly love is being tan. I am naturally a very, very pale person, and I have very blue veins, like I'm very blue undertoned. So when I am my natural pale self, I get a lot of the time, are you sick? And I'm like, no, I'm just very pale. So I love being tan. It's just something that makes me feel good. It makes me feel healthy. It makes me just feel summery, and it just gives me good vibes. So that's gonna be the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I thought I'd switch it up and do something a little bit different on my channel. And like I said, if you wanna get a good self-tanner, definitely go check out Coco and Eve. But anyways, like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a big like and subscribe, because I would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget to go check out my Instagram and my TikTok. Both will be down below. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.